Alright guys, so you can see from that title, what non-comic characters are worthy of Thor's hammer? This is kind of like my non-comic lineup, but for here, instead of like a team, it's going to be what non-comic characters I could see being worthy of Thor's hammer. Now, obviously, there is a lot of characters out there who are, could be deemed as as someone who would be worthy of holding Mjolnir, but yeah. And sometimes, in fairness, the criteria to be worthy does kind of shift a bit. But I think, to my best of my ability, I have listed off some characters that I think would be worthy of holding Mjolnir in their hands. So let's get started with the first one. And that is... we're going to head over to the world of Dragon Ball Z first. So you may be thinking, okay, Goku obviously could pick up the hammer, or Vegeta, or Piccolo. Like one of those big three can pick up the hammer, right? Like one of them can easily just lift the hammer, right? Nope. My pick for who I think would be would be considered worthy by Mjolnir to be wielded by them is Gohan. The reason why I think Gohan, out of every Dragon Ball Z character, is the most worthy to wield Mjolnir is because he isn't fighting for, just for fighting's sake, or fighting for pride, or any of those reasons like Goku and Vegeta would have. Gohan is, whenever he fights, he's literally fighting to save the Earth. He's fighting to protect his family. He's fighting to protect Pan. He's fighting to protect everyone on the planet. It isn't like with Goku, who is just like, oh yeah, I'm here because I heard you're pretty strong. Let's fight. And I know that's not every Goku one, but it's 90% of the time. And Vegeta usually fights out of pride and arrogance to prove that he's strong. But Gohan, like I said, Gohan is the one who is fighting for the most purest reasons. He's fighting for his friends. He's fighting for his wife and child. He's fighting for people he doesn't know, and even other planets sometimes. So yeah, I think that's the reason why I think Mjolnir would deem Gohan the most worthy to wield it in battle. Also, the new power-up Gohan got, and mix that with the power of Mjolnir. Yeah. Also, yes, I know currently Mjolnir has the spirit of Odin in it, but we're just gonna go with classic Mjolnir for this argument. Anyway, so Gohan, that's my first one. That's who I think would be in the Dragon Ball, out of anyone in the Dragon Ball universe. Gohan would be the most worthy to wield the hammer. Moving on to another character I think would be worthy, we're going to go on to the world of Amphibia. For who I think would be the most worthy to wield Mjolnir, it was kind of a debate between Sasha and Anne. But the reason why I picked this character was for a few good reasons. And that is, I decided Sasha was more honestly, Sasha and Anne could be deemed worthy to wield the hammer. But the reason why I picked Sasha a little more over Anne, and I'm not saying like Anne's already a god as it is, and plus she'd probably also be Anne would also be deemed worthy to wield the hammer. But I also think why I think Sasha would be considered worthy is because Sasha has grown from. Now if this was season 1 Sasha, she wouldn't even get that thing to budge. But this is season 2 and season 3 Sasha that would be able to wield Mjolnir. The reason why I say that is because by that point Sasha was fighting for other people. She was fighting for the frogs, the toads. She was fighting for her friends, the people she loved. She was fighting for her home, for what she considered her homeland, and she was also fighting for Earth. And she was fighting for pure reasons. If this was season 1 Sasha, she'd just be like, "Move, you stupid hammer!" And it wouldn't budge. Anne would just pick it up like, "Why are you having such a problem with this, Sash?" But if, this would, Sasha would, if this is Sasha in the later seasons, yeah, she's gonna have, a little hard, she's gonna, oh, I can pick it up. It's gonna be a little heavy, but I do see Sasha being worthy of Mjolnir. So, yeah, that's my reasoning, is because she got better. She became a better person. So I think the hammer would deem her worthy because she's been through all of those personal trials. Anyway, so moving on to our next character. Our next character comes from the world of the Owl House. And this one's going to be a little fun, and also like bring up some questions. So who I think from that universe could pick up the hammer? I think honestly the person who would be deemed most worthy to wield the hammer is Luz. It's she's always fighting for others. She's always trying to protect those who are weaker. She would definitely be able to wield the hammer, but also she'd like try to pick it up and be like blah, it'd still be heavy because it's still a heavy piece. It's a hammer, so she'd be like swinging it and then she'd like stumble back and fall on her ass, like things like that. But Luz would be the person I think would be who would be the most worthy. For Ruby, that one I would say, because it's interesting because there's a lot of people who I could see worthy of wielding it, from obviously Ruby, Yang, Blake, Weiss, Jean, and a few others. Like there's a lot of other characters out there who I do think could who could do this, like who could wield the hammer. Personally, I would pick out of all of them Yang. I think Yang would, because Yang also represents that kind of warrior spirit and fighting for others. So I think she would easily just pick up, and also Yang with the hammer looks really badass. Anywho, as for other characters, I would say Wendy from Gravity Falls. I think she would be a really good. I think she'd be an excellent candidate to be for using the hammer. I would say Sailor Moon, from Sailor Moon, of course. And as for another one, this is gonna be a fun one, from Star vs. the Force of Evil, Marco. Marco, I would say, would be an interesting pick, but I do think he would be the one who would be deemed worthy to wield the hammer. Mostly because, he's fighting for Star. He's fighting for other people, and I think the hammer would deem him worthy to wield it. I think it would also be kind of an awesome scene of him just riding his dragon cycle with hammer in hand and just being like, I'm gonna bring the thunder, and immediately just goes heavy. I'm like, okay, I won't say stuff like that. It gets back up. So, something along those lines would be a lot of fun. As for others, I would say, I'd say Yumi from Code Lyoko. I think she would be worthy. Tommy, of course, Green Ranger. Yeah, Tommy the Green Ranger. Of course he's worthy. Like, really, Tommy. Of course, he embodies everything that the hammer would deem worthy, and just be like, yeah, you can instantly pick that up. No problem. As for others, I would say Leo from Ninja Turtles. I would say, I mean, there's so many. Like, there's so many characters. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys. What characters could you see being worthy to wield Mjolnir? Just comment below, let me know. I'm very curious to see what you guys have to say about this one. But other than that, hope you all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.